rules the Harry Potter actors couldn't break. The truth about the behind the scenes of this movie is unbelievable. The world of Harry Potter wasn't as magical as it seemed and had such strict rules that if anyone broke them, they would have to pay a hefty fine and would be kicked out of the film. Usually, when an actor signs a contract for a big role, they always have to agree to various rules. But in the case of the actors in this film, the rules are shocking and drove the actors crazy. The rule that the actors hated the most was not being able to change their appearance during the filming of the movie. In a normal film, this might make sense, but in the case of Harry Potter, the actors were only 10 years old, and it took more than 10 years for the last film to be released. That means they were forced to stay like that for all that time without changing their appearance. Every tiny detail needed to be authorized by the producers because any change could make them lose their dream role or have to pay a fine. And although no amount was disclosed, considering it's a huge film, the fine was likely to be in the millions. Of all the actors, the one who hated this rule the most was Emma Watson. She mentioned in several interviews that she felt chained down, and that's why when the filming of the movie ended, she cut all her hair off. Something similar happened to actor Tom Felton, who portrayed the character Draco. He was completely prohibited from getting a tan and practicing extreme sports. The movie directors thought that the actors might end up being careless and altering the appearance of the characters too much just by getting sunburned. But the rule against practicing risky sports was created especially for Tom. That's because the actor loved skiing, and the directors were afraid he might get injured and delay the entire shooting. Another rule they had to follow was to get good grades, but it wasn't as simple as it seems. After all, the shootings lasted all day, so the actors had no time to study. So much so that one of the Weasley twins said that in the scenes where they were supposedly learning magic, they were actually doing their homework. And when it comes to romance, the actors were totally prohibited from having romantic relationships with each other. Although this didn't matter much because several actors had their secret romances. Bonnie Wright had a romance with Jamie Campbell, and they were even going to get married, but unfortunately, things didn't work out, and they broke up. If you thought that at the end of the filming, the actors could take a few things as souvenirs, you're completely wrong. No one could take anything, not even the directors, and if something was missing, people could be fired or suspended indefinitely. On one occasion, Draco's father tried to get away with it and took an original model of the famous magic newspaper, and when he was about to leave, a security guard caught him and forced him to return it. Only a few smart ones managed to get away with it, like actor Daniel Radcliffe, who took his character's glasses. Another actor who managed to get away with it was Ron. He ended up taking the self-polishing quill and a golden dragon egg. If your dream was to be part of the magical universe of Harry Potter, know that it's much harder than it seems. Robin Williams offered to participate in the first film completely for free because he was a big fan of the books. However, J.K. Rowling herself denied his participation because she wanted only British actors. One of the most important rules was that children should always respect their superiors. No one was allowed to disrespect an adult, including the janitor, the makeup artist, the actors, and the director themselves. Everyone should be respected equally.